America no Dio. I should add a GIF. I should add a GIF. All right, let's talk about this chapter real quick, man. What do you guys think about this chapter? I actually think this choreography is way better. Like he's doing the damn thing. I did see. I just as a point of note, I did see like two things from the next chapter. That's why I'm trying to be careful here. I did see two things in particular because some people just posted this. I guess whatever it came out, but I'm behind, so I'm not mad at anybody. But yeah. What was I gonna say? What was this last week? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I can kind of tell what's happening. The art is still not season 2 last station level. Fair. Yo, what's up, Barry? Wait, isn't that the rule of the tower has just felt very vague to me? Is it specifically the will of the administrators restricting everybody, or is it somehow referring to a higher power related to the actual tower itself? You see in the next chapter what happens? Is Squidward tells SpongeBob he has more imagination in one tentacle than SpongeBob has in his whole body. Is that actually episode SpongeBob? Honestly, Michael, I think it's a good question. Because when it comes to like the Shinsu, I would say the Shinsu ability, the swordman slash of the RDA family, it that guy, you're not quite human, other something. He was like, it's a law of the tower that you can't really dodge your swordsmanship. So you have to like wonder and ask yourself, like, is that quite literal? Like, or is it one of those things where it's like it's so hard to dodge, it's nigh impossible that you might as well just say that it's a law of the tower that you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure if that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure because let's kind of read Yuri's line because like this is one of those times where it'd be nice to have multiple translations available. So maybe with two different translations that have similar meaning, we can discern what it actually is. But let's go find what Yuri was saying. Hold on. Blah blah blah. Okay, she wrote it. Her speech accuracy, though she compensating. Blah 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 in the book. No, I think she said it before that, right? Yeah, before. When did she start talking? Okay, here we go. All right. Regardless of one's mastery with Shinsu, everyone only has a certain amount of Shinsu they can control. Being somehow able to use more than that goes against the rules of the tower. Can you guys hear noise outside? If you can hear the noise, let me know. I'll close my window. I don't know if you guys. I don't know if my mic's picking it up. Shoot. Yorario the Goblin. That's where we go. Actually, I told SpongeBob for real. Oh, no, a billion random Shinsu lines. The artist. Yeah, I got you. You know, I love this chapter. I give it a 7.3 out of 10. That's good in my rating. I mean, 7 is a good score. 70% is good. I really enjoyed, but since I almost always do, it doesn't mean much in the end. Fair enough. Whatever SI did over his break seems to have changed something in him. In my opinion, his patterns got a lot better, and his action is easy to read once again. Agreed. Why is Chief in the middle of the bright ass in the bright ass green rain boots? Oh, I don't know. I just had that PNG without the background, so I just put it there. I don't know. I like to separate the middle sometimes. I'm trying to make it look aesthetically pleasing, you know. Um, I can see the sword thing being implemented alongside the immortality contracts when the kingdom was set up. Oh, maybe. No, it's fine. Okay, good. I thought it was more hyperbolic with those statements concerning RVA swordsmanship. I think they're absurdly difficult to dodge to the point that it's thought of as possible. That's kind of like how I took it personally. Is the noise outside? The excess mosquitoes they're coming to my room now that Xander's not here to protect my hotel room. There's a bunch of mosquitoes in here. Shalal looking top tier as always. Agreed. Shalal funny is yep, she's dope. I want to add some other comments, but it's hard to word since I know what's going to happen next chapter. So I'll wait till the next one. Okay, just give me a second. I just want to talk about this a little bit because I think there's a lot to sink our teeth in here too. Naya's thoughts on Bam's reaction to what I was saying when Bam came in. He looked dejected. Yeah, I probably would have remembered to bring it up, but it's a good thing you said it now. So let me say it now. It's in tandem with lines that he's probably heard or things he's thought about to himself when it comes to irregulars being monsters, creatures, demons, if you will, and things like that. Rachel's line about her being afraid of the night, knowing that 25th man means the night or chestnut, has been something that's always been. I think he harbors something in him where he feels like he's not like the rest of other people. Obviously, he's an irregular. He comes from outside the tower, but in the terms that he sees himself as like almost like an evil presence sometimes, like this monster that's not supposed to be there. So I think when she said everything would have been better if you just never came into the tower at all, you demon, you monster. That hurt him. That hit a soft spot. I think another thing that bothers Bam a lot, in my estimation, per my observations, is that he doesn't deal with loneliness well. I think he prefers his own death than having to experience the loneliness that he had to do in the cave. We had a little bit callback to the chapter with Dorsey talking about the pulley lever when making friends, where I think he understood what she was going through, and that's why he seeked her out to become her friend, because he understands the concept of loneliness. And sometimes, and maybe with all the powers in him too, he might feel kind of like monstrous and different. So I think that line just kind of hit home on a personal level, but I think he'll shake it off for now. We got where's the next chapter? All right, bet. TOG has been much more enjoyable. Feels like he's more free with the pace and plot lines. I agree, and he's been a lot more ruthless. He's bodying a lot of people. He's a lot more gory and bloody. I'm okay with this. Bam looking like a kick puppy. I could see the administrators putting a sort of cap on the Shinsu control of individuals. Could also explain why rankers are so much stronger than regulars who are about to become rankers, because their new contracts they get on reaching the top somehow affects their actual power. So I'll try to explain it to the best of my ability how I understood it, but let me just get to the last comments. True, your video about Bam being power being malicious might be a reflection of that. I'll be thinking sometimes. What's up, Glam? Shout to Calavinka. Um, almost like Bam's maturity resulted in a more mature narrative and practical literary tools. Yeah. Still waiting for SAU to reveal Bam's night form, since Rachel presumably saw it, because outside there's actually a real night and day cycle, unlike the tower where it's artificial. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Bird Gang. Okay. I do not. So Yuri's ability to shoot 4 extremely high density Shinsu, like it's a high level technique, I think her limit might be 4 right now. TiARA's like high density blow your head off, like blow it up, and you're just not there and you're done for. It seems to be a high level technique, but I don't know how many of those it's not as much as a high technique as what Yuri is doing, and maybe she could use more of those. Maybe her limit is still 3 or something, so I don't know. But she cannot use Yuri's ability by her own merit, skill, talent, and training and ability. She got that through the book's power. Meaning, I think Yuri is saying maybe somehow that's illegal through the laws of the tower. She actually does not have the ability to do that. But because she wrote in the book that she can, and she's doing it, it's somehow violating tower rules. Now, what the hell is a tower rule? I don't know. Is there an administrator among administrators, like the master of masters of Kingdom Hearts ish, where it's like that's the true leader of, and they make these rules where it's like it's supposed to almost be physically impossible to do something? I have no idea how to circumvent that thought right now, but it seems like Tower does have laws, like, and we probably know that's true to some degree because the regulars don't have to follow it. The kind of example I always use is a regular. It's like let's say we're playing football, soccer, right? Everybody, even no matter how talented you are, you still have to play by the rules. The irregular could be talented or not talented, but he doesn't have to play by the rules. So he can just pick the ball up and run. You can't do that, no matter how skilled you are. So he can break the rules. So there just probably are actual laws and things set in place, but I don't know how to navigate that right now. So yeah. Yeah. Bro, what SIU's been cooking has been smelling so delicious that I just wanted to get a taste. Post hiatus has been so good for TOG. I'm feeling like I'm ascending. I'm happy for you. That man is like going up into heaven. For real. So, if I like how Lily and Sheila use the same hair ties like sisters, I don't even know if I noticed that. Oh, you're right. Yeah. It's kind of like the black little ribbon thingamajig. My guess is it's the book. Yeah. I wonder if the book's a spell or something, though. I have a feeling the book could be a spell, which is why Bam would touch the book and like now it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, we've known since the start people range their Shinsu ability from awful to talented to blessed. Hansung Yu mentioned the loop technique he taught only works for people who are able to use infinite Shinsu despite Hansung being so gifted himself. Yeah, being blessed by Shinsu, which Calavan also is apparently. Maybe that's why he survived the donut van. Is the book Marvello's Riddle Horcrux? Does Yuri need to stab it with a ballistic fang? Ballistic fang? I don't know. Black Ryun breaking rules like they don't matter. The book has some mad mechanics. Maybe there's things that are just generally thought of as impossible because they're not done, or they're done so rarely that it's a lot. I don't know. I honestly just don't know how to say it, but I hope, like Michael said earlier, it's a very vague. I hope that he kind of focuses in the idea of what laws of the tower are, and then we get like more into it. So yeah. So Bam has outright rejected Shilial's proposal, and Shilial's slapped the goofy out of Lilal, being like, "So you want our family to die? It doesn't matter what you want. You don't have free will like that. You do what the family has, so we're just gonna kill him because we don't like him." And she's like really the big sister there. I do find it strange that I don't know if like Mam's just not putting two together, or just too much happening, but like Ren is there. Did he know he didn't kill Ren? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, finish him off. Yo, take out the cutlery and slice that man in half. Cut all the legs off that centipede before he do something and he reforms himself. You know what I'm saying? I want SIU to get into some mechanics of the tower for sure, and the Shinsu workshop would be a good place for that. I hope we do get to another one at some point. And Dorsey fuming, she's just like, he said no, leave him alone. Or are you trying to force us all on my man's? I said, oh shoot, Chamray's definitely not a consent merchant, so he'd be like, I cannot wait any longer. Wang Wang, read her tonight. My nigga, hey yo, you scary, bro. You scary ass dude. Not gonna lie, this kind of makes me wonder how the supporters of the Great Warriors, as they made their climb, managed to use Shinsu, if at all, without a contract until the 100th floor, because Jihad became the first person to make a contract when he got the invincibility contract. Yeah, well, you know, wasn't Gusang the one who discovered Shinsu though? Like Shinsu always existed or whatever, but he like quantifiably was like, there is some ish around us that is the world, that is life, that you can use to fight, you can use to make light, blah blah. I don't know how the tower was before they came in, but it may have been a little more archaic and less organized. It's a possibility, you know. And the regulars don't need contracts. Yes, Bam already called him trash. Bam really just doesn't care. He's already proven that he can fold that burger. Fair. Trom's a fiend. He's different. Surprised, and Dorsey even let Shaleal talk for that long before swinging on her. Facts. You found Bam. Go back to blowing her head off. Trom be like, Bam, right now, do it. I'm gonna watch in the back, right? Pure headcanon, but what if TiARA isn't a regular and was adopted into the family, which would be how she could possibly break the rules? I just want to see more regulars, to be honest. I would too, honestly. I would like to see more regulars. I do think that she's legitimately Gustang's kid, though. For some reason, she comes across to me as a direct descendant. Maybe she's a very powerful in-tower habitant, but I don't think she's a regular. The only case that I kind of saw for one that I'm like, I don't know, I don't see it, I don't agree with it, but maybe it could work, is a Ghost. Some people think Ghost is an irregular. I don't know though. They don't need a contract to regular, same as Bam. Finally caught you live. Sup, Ash? She was popping. Yeah, Gustang and Anne's mom. I don't remember her name. Eurasia Blossom. Gustang made the proper research into Shinsu, but I'm more so wondering how they managed to fight with Shinsu before the 100th floor. Well, they did it with the God of Guardians, or at least Jihad did, right? Didn't he undergo revolution? Maybe the Hell Train is when they really wrap their heads around it, because we do know this for a fact. Maybe they're just natural geniuses and they figured it out. But we do know that Kuna Doan, by the time his data was recorded, he already had 3 Shinsu qualities. So that's a possibility. Where was I? TiARA just built slightly different than other humans. Yo, I love her. She's giving me life. She's already top 10 for me. I don't care. I don't care how hype beast it is. I know it's recency bias. I know, but I love her. She's not done one thing that I haven't agreed with. And when she was just blowing up people like a maniac, I said, hold on. I like it. When she's scared the Dugon into like, oh, that's a young one. He hasn't been like subjugated and neutered yet. Still has his free will a little bit. You know, I like that. So yeah. Probably pure raw strength. Fair. TiARA might not be somewhat different. Yeah, I was about that already. Gustang had TiARA outside the tower. That way she could still be Gustang, daughter, and an irregular. Just another crackpot theory. That sounds to me a little bit like Rachel, because Rachel, I don't even know about Rachel. It's weird, but all right, fair. That's how we learned the black hole spear. Yeah. I wonder if after Eurasia, the Gustang family just didn't have princesses, or at least no super high tier ones. I think they mentioned and said that there was some, perhaps, or maybe, but the problem was that after what happened with Anne, I don't think they were comfortable doing it again. Even though I'm pretty sure he's the one that came up with the process for the power of blood, even because no woman was strong enough to actually receive jihad's whatever, or blood or seed, or I don't remember the line exactly, but yeah, something along those lines. I was referring to the companions to the great warriors, like Lutzek and Quadrado, not the great warriors themselves. Okay, all right, I got you. She's half book. she's she's the she is the what's what we're looking for? She's literature incarnate. She's just actually like literature in a woman. Like she's actually just like I don't know. I'm going with this bit. I'm stop. I'm really curious what drawback or limitation there is to TiARA's writing, and what other nerd Shinsu the Bidau have in their skill library. TiARA was a great addition. I love it. Yeah, like I'm sure the limitation is not just broken. Part of me just thinks it's a spell book. That's why I was thinking like Bam will come and be like, "What's going on? Oh my god!" and like touch the book, and then like it stops working. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. TiARA's my favorite. I love her. Macheni. I'm with it. Macheni's a goat too. TiARA moving us extremely moved. TiARA Hive. I might need to get TiARA t-shirt. I'll have to put on a t-shirt still, or a hoodie. I need some more Tower God gear. Native descendants probably using Shinsu or not. I think they were using it. I don't think people weren't using it. I don't know if like I'm trying to think of a good example of something that people like just did and got it done, but it may have been a little sloppy or not that safe, not organized, and somebody came and it's like, when you build a building, you should have safety gear. And like I don't know, like I feel like it incrementally like got more organized and went up, but I'm sure they were fighting, or maybe it was like knowledge that some people had and then some people didn't. They just didn't disseminate it. Maybe it was like there was like an elite conglomerate of people who were just like, I know about Shinsu and the peasants don't. Yeah, indubitably. I don't know. Oh man. My headcanon is that Ghost isn't a regular, but he's got some connection to Hadon, who may be giving him extra permissions. Okay, not to mention that Yuri is somehow aware of him when the door was being opened. Yuri. I always like mention this. How did Yuri know an irregular came into the tower? Like, how did she know that? Like, what? Like, was she just watching the first floor? Like, what's going on? Rachel, the fake irregular LOL, she doesn't have limits like other irregulars, but does it matter since she's so trash? She can't take advantage of the fact. That's fair. So Ghost being a regular will somehow trigger whatever she's getting her door opening information from. Okay, I got what you're saying. If she's half book, then she's the real young paperwork. No, she's just young paper. Paper, I guess. Paper what? I don't know. Paperwork is like I talk about like I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this bit. We keep doing this. I keep starting bits. I don't know what to do. Where I'm going with it. What's up, high and low? I was surprised that Monty had an initial weapon. That's what I'm saying. And he got from the family head, so you know it's pretty powerful. Like the shield that Spider Mommy had for Vadkel, that was from the family head, and couldn't steal the Manamadaramana bag from Quinadon. I want to see more administrators. Honestly, are they all big? Are they all big ass whale? Are some of them humanoid like Hadon? How much destruction needs to happen before on the floor before they pull up? I imagine perhaps the floor ruler would come before maybe the administrator, but that's a good question because you got to think about like the floor of death and maybe the floor with the hand of Arlene when Enryu came. Like, what could they do? What could they even do? You know what I'm saying? Someone catch what we're talking about. I'm right now. Wait, I don't know. We're talking about the chapter. We're talking about the chapter I just read. I was 2 weeks behind, so I just read the chapter with Yuri, fighting TiARA, and she said she has a weak imagination, and the chapter where Lilial gets slapped by her sister. Also the shot. Oh, Zammy. They packed up my mosquito, bro. They packed up my dragonfly. They packed them up, bro. Ah, it is what it is, though. Better late than never. Welcome. Earlier, we are talking about exactly a tower law refers to as alongside TiARA being cool. Uh, all right, need more admins. I love their designs. See it as a miss with their family, with their familiar yet otherworldly designs. I agree. Lady paperwork. All right, there we go. I like that. Lady paperwork. You know what? I like that. We could be young paperwork. I'm gonna change my name to like elderly paperwork at some point. I'm like 35. The paper fruit. I haven't heard, but what do you think of Guerrero's drip? I like his design. And I think that I don't want to overthink it. I think if I'm thinking of the right character, the guy I have on the screen right now, I think he's the traitor. I think he's the one that's leaking information to Augustang. Augustang is crazy. I'll be crazy. That would be wild. I meant Hajin Sung. Oh, anyways, yeah. He looks good though. He has a good design. I like the boots. I like that his boots matches his hair. You know like his Bozo Rain boots? I kind of do. No, I didn't read the new chapter yet. No, give me a sec. I don't think TiARA and Yuri's flight is administrator worthy. Plus, it's a Trimar's territory, so it's possible they may not want to intrude. Facts. Yeah, Yuri knowing the whole thing, the Yuri knowing thing makes no sense. If it was that simple, Jihad's anti-irregular measures would be on Bam the second he came in. Yeah, I've never really known why she just ran there with Evan, but I don't know. Maybe she was bored and she was looking for something to do, and she kind of figured out that way. When it comes to the tower, I just assume all the administrators have a baseline set of rules that most of them follow. Yes, I still have one chapter left to read. Yes. Okay. But anyways, let's move on though. But yeah, what else did I want to say and or mention here? We talked about Bam feeling dejected. We talked about Lilian getting her deaf Oz and not a face. It is still funny to me that like the FUG lady who turned invisible was all like, "I don't know if I could trust you." I'm like, those are his day ones. Who are you guys to tell them? You give them the information now. Those are Bam's actual homies. You know, that's kind of funny to me. Just in passing, I like that. And then like look up, and when you see them, you're like, yes, my ninjas are here. Ah, Zamikun. I'm so sad. But this fight's been cool too, man. With the little mosquitoes with the rockets, his beam, Mate actually being a doper, something we haven't really seen before. Being the concrete he's tough, man. He's tough defensively. I am actually very interested in seeing the backlash. I think it was mentioned that this is a technique that takes a lot out of a person. So if you do it and you use it, it's gonna hurt you a lot later. I wonder if it's proportionate to the time you're in it. So if I went, I don't know. I don't want to use concrete. Concrete is so lame. If I was like diamond up and I just diamond Jozu for 6 minutes, am I in like for 6 minutes or like what's the trade off? Like I'm interested in knowing that. So yeah, bro, hydrate. I'm gonna drink. We stay hydrated over here. We drink water, agua. I actually do want to stop drinking out of plastic bottles because of the microplastics, though. My doctor was like, that actually is an endocrine disruptor and everything. I'm like, oh shoot, okay, bet. So I might start drinking water more out of metal and glass stuff. So I want to stop drinking out of water bottles. But yes, we have to hydrate. Goro's favorite website must be LimeWire. What you know about LimeWire? He was around there when you download a song all about to be fire, and you get that friggin' Bill Clinton line. I do not have sexual relations with that woman. Yo, LimeWire days were wild, bro. Yeah, Yuri got future information on the newest irregular from Phantom Minim. I don't think Phantom Minim would have said anything because I don't think he spoke to anybody. But I wonder if someone secretly leaked it to her or knew because the prophecy of Bam was like a thing, so to speak. So I'm sure there's people who knew about it because even when Arlene's pocket was granted to him or told or Garam gave us like the greatest info dump I've ever gotten in my life, they knew about him and someone who will come adopt Enryu's thorns and have the knife to slay the throat of the king or whatever the line was. I can't remember it verbatim. So yeah. Probably length of time or amount of damage you're mitigating or both. Okay, that makes sense. I watched the Going Merry burn this morning, and it's crazy how Oda can get me to cry over some effing wood, and SU still could never get me to care about Bohoro and Sashi. You're right, facts. Or Prince or Arcrafter. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn. I don't care. Cilia plus Sundress, facts. Ash, who knows? Lilio, any embellishment, or perhaps just a plot hole. It could just be like a thing that maybe he thought we wouldn't remember. He's like, oh, I don't think they're gonna question that. Like, I will. I do. I think about these things. Just want to say that I'm never gonna be there for the One Piece streams. Fair enough. Fair enough. You don't have to be there. It's fine. Prophecy, Bam on top. Do you think Phantom Ninjas did all that shit, looked at your hard face and dipped? Yeah, I don't think he did not. I don't. For some reason, like he just is. He didn't. I know I've seen him actually. Just I just don't feel like he was like out there talking like, "Hey, yo, Yuri, you know, our regular is coming on September 20th, 2023." Like I don't think he said that shit. I think he pulled up. He's like, "I'm in the tower. What's happening?" Oh, that's the guy. This is the guy. He's not the guy, and he left. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what to make of that. Plus, essays always like Phantom Minute might not come back in the story. That. So sometimes I try to kind of eliminate him, like he doesn't really exist. The same way I tried to do with Shiva for Kubera, but Kurgan be lying, bro. Erasing existence? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? That's one of the most fire moves I've ever seen in my life. I love that move. So yeah. Do you think Phantom? Yeah, blah blah. I wonder if people thought Urek was a prophecy child when he came in. Well, he followed Fanta though. That's interesting. I wonder if he went through a false chosen one kind of storyline. I like that. You're thinking. You're thinking. Would seem strange knowing when our regulars entered would render the test force pointless. Kind of. I don't know. I hope maybe he'll retroactively come up with a reason, but I could openly admit with you like I think that's just a problem that makes no sense. But it's not something that I think about it here and there, but I'm like, I don't know, early story woes and things. Maybe you didn't have that all thought out. I don't know. I'm just hoping for the outside tower view when at Phantom Minim, just big lurking and talking with the outside god. That would be sick. I seriously thought we'll see what I wanted. Well, if time management things went better and he really was, I still like don't think the Tales user story universe will really be a thing in totality like he wanted to originally. I think he underestimated how taxing and how long Tower God itself would take to complete. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say, but I'd like to see it. I would like to see it. He was just trying to meet Jihad and looked and walked out. He did the the Abe Simpson meme when he walks in, puts his coat on, and he just walks in the circle, puts it back on, and he walks out. He did that. He's like, "Oh shoot, we in the tower. What's in here?" He's like, "Oh, it's trash. Oh, I'm claustrophobic. We out." And he went back outside. I don't know. Kurigami stopped playing with us with Shiva. We need in fact. Now blog posts are gone. Now, blog posts from back in the day. I'm talking about. Fanta could just now be some dude. Fair. Do you think there's a Ready Player One thing where the portal is hidden on one of the floors or just the top? I never saw Ready Player One, so I'm sorry, the reference went over my head. But are you talking about a portal to the outside of the tower? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll wait for you to answer again. The Tales user universe is cooked. That shit ain't happening. And Oda didn't think that One Piece would initially be. I think he said 5 years. He thought it would be, and then yeah, he's unserious. Yeah, they're funny. SU had a much larger team. If he SU had a much larger team, he could release 2 chapters a week consistently and leave the majority of the work to the assistants. I'm actually upset that they didn't do the 3 weeks of 2 chapters. I should have not done them together because I have to wait now every week for discussion and do it drop a double. So I probably should have just went with my gut instinct, knowing that line or webtoons and like over here would do one by one by one no matter what. But it is what it is though. Now you see Ashu playing with your name. Hate to see it. Where? Think about name how. Oh, is it on Discord? You could change my name on Discord. I thought I had ultimate powers. I'm gonna change that. It shouldn't be allowed. No, I don't see it. My name looks the same to me. I don't know what y'all talking about. Well, moving on. So yeah, the stuff with Zamzam was dope, even though I had to take an L. I could never have nice things, but we'll see what Mate is gonna do. But he did bring up the fact that even though he called for reinforcements or reinforcements should come, they did it. So he looked like he was the one in a rush to get something done. Maybe he was worried because he's like, oh man, no help's coming. I gotta do this myself. But again, the kind of like both of them thinking, even the part where he's like, I'm gonna go to him, then speed up and see what happens. He just didn't let go of the spear, started punching them. We saw something with Owl, with Holland, Erling Braut, Lopobia, Erling Braut Holland, Hajin Sung, Bam, and everything in the little cave. But when Chamray like told Cobalt, the greatest frog of all time, the GOAT, greatest animal, better than Greninja, to like bring the irregular here. they're actually starting to think and showcase to me that they are experienced in combat. And to me, those little things go a long way. So I'm happy that we're seeing them more often than not right now. Let's keep this trend going. It's super dope. Super dope. Common line L. Not Enabler probably pushed for 2 chapter releases so they can get even further ahead of translation. Maybe. Can't even spoil people in upcoming chapters. The gap is so long, I just forget what's going on in the officials. Sometimes people comment. I feel bad sometimes when people comment on the Kubera video sometimes, but especially TiARA. Because I'm like, this was like 7 weeks ago. I don't remember what I was even thinking and feeling in the moment. And I don't really rewatch my live reactions. I probably should at least once, but I don't rewatch them. I really hate hearing my voice though. I don't like hearing it. So if I don't have to hear my voice, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, crazy how bad everyone else is. People maligning me for no reason. Oh no, we have a. Oh no, we have a reason. That's crazy. For real, you gotta appreciate this arc brought us Zamzam and the Nest brought us Cobalt. That's a fact. I think that's all I really needed to say about this chapter. All things considered, the artwork with the missiles blowing up and turning Mate into like the black and white with the beam coming out was cool. Small beam struggles, all the little missiles getting cut and blowing up, but the ignition weapon was really sick. It seems a lot easier to follow. There's less visual noise, overlays, and filters that is kind of getting in the way of the action. I like that. His bar about the patrons of the hotel going to have to see mosquitoes all summer was kind of a raw line. Sorry, I heard my door open. Then the Yuri fight with TiARA has been going absolutely crazy, and the choreography has been so much better. I like the part where she's just trying to bob and weave and dodge through everything. And I'm going to make this point because I think it's important to make. This is only the second time, I believe, if you guys can remember, tell me in the comment section below, that we've seen Yuri be wounded. We've only seen her bleed in the floor of death when she had the 13-month series out, and Hell Joe, the Red Theresa, was able to like scratch her, I believe, and hurt her. Draw blood. Because even the purple Dementor poison didn't work. And yeah, I thought TiARA's weakness would be that maybe only one thing in the book could be active, but that doesn't seem to be the case because she's part Shinsu and still spamming Yuri's attacks. Don't know what to make about that line with the law really, but Yuri bobbed and weaved and dodged everything. She's like, I'm a charger right in, and my girl was like, that's your move? No imagination. And I'm like, damn, Yuri, it's looking scary for you. All right. What was your guys' favorite panel? Favorite piece of dialogue? And then we'll move on to the next chapter. Take it back. I think back what's about Zamzam. Mate's fights being underwhelming. I had to let it ramp up. Facts. What's I really stress the discussion, huh? See y'all next stream tomorrow when he finally gets the next chapter. Y'all gotta appreciate it. Oh yeah. What's next? What's the next 2D animal we can worship? Frog, mosquitoes, better than human characters? Facts. Water jelly. I don't even know what water jelly is. Flubber? Like, is he Flubber? Favorite panel is the slap? Facts. The slap? Facts. My favorite panel is Shillia slapping the Efalia, the black and white panel. That's my second one in the league. That's my second one. That one's clean. Zam's crazy beam hit super different. The best line to me was a line about him basically repeating why the little mosquitoes are out there to like stop mosquitoes from going into their room. And Mate was like, I'm sorry to the hotel patrons. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Mate flexing with the staff. I'm with it. My favorite panel was Yuri bobbing and weaving and Shiliao slapping the taste out of Lily Hell's mouth. That was so funny. She deserved it. She needed that slap, yo. She needed that Def Haas. She needed it. It was good. Okay. I'm just gonna tinkle and we'll read the next chapter. My memory struggling to the difference between this chapter and the next one. Talking about we're gonna Patreon gang, you already know what it is. I don't want to be eating ice soup. And you guys are the answer for me not eating ice soup. Shout out to the certified BAM lovers. That's the CBLs. But shout out to the Priests of Fire. That's the certified Brillit lovers. Are they the real CBL? I don't know. They might be. But definitely got to give the hugest shout out to my tier 3 pledgers. The 5th Zen Gods. Shout out to Zyler Scotty, Zodiac Nemiko, Zachary Cooper, Urek Mazzino, Tino Brown, Ticos, Sonny Kathapali, Simi, Scobe, Revenant, Reese Dijon, Raft ZB, Maury, Lazy Dragon, Johnny Rogers, Irene Sharda, Triss, Childish Nujabes, Andrew, Allen, and Big Abdel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. I'm moving on from Ice Soup Thai sandwiches. We on the come up. Yeah.